It's the nature of consciousness to want to experience. In the story of Vipashchit, this consciousness split itself into four and wandered off in all four directions to explore the extent of the universe. This consciousness goes through many lifetimes, in many places, and in one of these lifetimes it found itself as a deer. Rama asked, "O sage, how, by whom, and by what means will this deer be freed from its unfortunate state of existence?" Vasishta replied, "The way out of this misfortune is that which was its original cause. Any other path is not the right one, and it will not be productive of happiness, welfare, or fruition." The king Vipashchit worshipped the fire. Vipashchit was the original consciousness, and by entering into the fire, this deer will regain its former state, just as gold regains its luster by being purified in the fire. Behold, I shall make this deer enter into the fire. Valmiki said, "So saying, the sage Vasishta sipped water from his sacred water pot and created a fire in the middle of the hall without any fuel. It burned brightly without any sparks and without any smoke." So it's clearly a very special kind of fire. The people in the assembly moved away from the center of the hall. The deer was delighted to see that fire. It began to frisk about in delight. Vasishta was in a deep state of contemplation and blessed the deer that it should be freed from its past sinful tendencies. And these tendencies were to wander from one thing to another. He further prayed to the fire god, "Remembering his previous existence, O fire, please restore to this deer his old form as the king Vipashchit." The moment the sage uttered these words, the deer rushed with great joy into the fire. It rested for a moment in the fire while everyone was looking. Gradually its form changed into that of a human being. He was radiant and handsome. As soon as he arose in the fire vanished from sight. All the assembled sages with one voice exclaimed, "Ah, what radiance does this person possess! He shines, Bhasa, like the sun. Surely he shall become famous as Bhasa." Hence he came to be known as Bhasa. Bhasa realized in a moment by deep contemplation all that had happened in his previous incarnations. In the meantime, the excitement and the conversation in the assembly had subsided, and there was silence once again. Bhasa arose and proceeded towards the sage Vasishta and bowed to him. The sage in turn blessed him, saying, "May the ignorance under which you have been labouring for so long leave you." Then Bhasa saluted Rama and hailed him. After this the king Dasharatha welcomed Bhasa. "Welcome, O king, be seated here. You have wandered far and wide and for a very long time in this samsara. Now rest here." Bhasa took his seat among the sages in the assembly. King Dasharatha continued, "Alas, like a tethered elephant, this king Vipashchit had to undergo countless trials and tribulations. What a great calamity follows imperfect vision of the reality and the perverse understanding of the truth. Though essentially unreal and non-existent, it is amazing what power this illusion has, that it can seemingly create such diverse worlds in the infinite consciousness and such varied experiences." So it's as though this being has awoken from a dream, this being now known as Bhasa, who shines. But this is the nature of consciousness. Eventually it wakes up after all its peregrinations. And to summarize this, we have a passage from the sage Vishvamitra next. He was also present in the assembly. He turned up at the beginning of the Yoga Vasishta with an uncomfortable request for the king to borrow Rama to fight some demons. But I think we'll give Vishvamitra his own video.